This roof's getting installed with our premium roofing system. Backed by our 50-year warranty. And there's a 0% financing, no payment for 6 months options that this customer utilized. If you're looking for a new roof and you need an affordable option, call Absolute Restoration.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Again, a cold evening across North Mississippi, but a dry one at that. And hey, we'll take those blessings where we can get them. But we have parades all the way across North Mississippi tonight, from down in the Golden Triangle to all the way north in Prentiss County. That is actually where our chief meteorologist, Matt Lobhon, joins us tonight, is live in Prentiss County, Booneville, the hot spot this evening when it comes to Christmas parades. And Matt, I hear you might be a part of it.
Yeah, we're out here getting ready for things to start rolling here at the Christmas Parade in Booneville. Behind me, you can see a lot of folks with the band. We got the Northeast Band. I'm actually going to get to ride along with them tonight, believe it or not, in the kind of lead vehicle that they have going here. Again, appreciate the good folks at MLM for sponsoring our Christmas Parade coverage. We got some hi moms there.
Guys. Hi, Mom. Hi, guys.
So taking a few selfies and things as the band is, of course, getting ready to get marching. You know, I was talking to the director a minute ago. They said that the cool thing about this is it's, kind of the ideal time of year to do this if you can keep it dry enough. And certainly we are lucky that tonight probably will be. I'm sorry, I totally picked one of the hats. Well, I mean, I never had the hats. Bring the hat up here. I never had a hat when I did it, but
You never had hats?
no, but we had those kind of uniforms.
Yeah.
Wool or polyester or something
I
hot.
don't know what this is. It's something.
Is it warm enough?
A little bit. I got layers on.
Yeah, you have to have, you nailed it. Layers. If you have layers, you're going to be fine this evening. If you don't, well, it'll probably be just a little bit chilly for that. Let's, of course, look at our headlines at this time here. And again, appreciate the good folks at MLM for sponsoring our coverage of Christmas parades across North Mississippi. Of course, cold and dry out the door. Emphasis on the word cold there, as we expect it to stay kind of chilly into and through the evening. You'll note here a brief warm-up is on the way as we look through the middle part of this week. We'll be talking a lot more about that coming up here in just a couple of minutes. And then obviously the cold air returning by the weekend. One of the big stories, how cold, how long? We'll be answering those questions coming up here in a couple of minutes as well. But as I kind of try to write my gizmo here for just a moment, so you can kind of keep the band behind me as we're talking about some things. It is cold enough at this time, coming in 39 degrees at this instant. Our winds remain relatively light, only 3 miles per hour, but that slices off an extra couple of degrees. So wind chill is important. As I always like to say, exposed skin. The reason the wind chill's a deal is because your body builds up heat, and in a jacket, the down or whatever the insulation is absorbs that heat and reflects it back in, and that's the reason you're warm. But when you have skin that's exposed to the elements, it makes it feel colder because it blows away whatever heat is there. So this evening, that light wind is noticeable enough for these parades, whether it's here or West Point, down in Starkville, any of the parades around the region tonight. We'll talk more about each of those here in a minute, but 33 by 10 p.m., all dropping closer to the freezing point as we go into and through tonight. As you can see the band warming up behind me here. Warming up because it's necessary every day that they play, but certainly when it's this cold out. 39 right now in the New Albany area, as well as in Tupelo, coming at 41 degrees in Houston, 42 in Starkville, 44 in Columbus there, and about 39 in Water Valley and Oxford. Wind chill temperature slicing off a couple more, but again, it's not an extreme drop there. And luckily at this instant, I don't see a single spot in the 20s. So that's, I would say, a win. So looking at Mississippi Live Weather Radar, we are dry and clear on the wider shot. High pressure, again, settling in with what are mostly dry conditions across the entire region. We do have well up to the north and west our next storm system, but again, that's far enough removed that we're not talking about any sort of meaningful precipitation really coming from that really anytime soon, which is why this work week will likely be dry, thankfully, I would say. So as we kind of advance things here, and we'll bring it back in a little bit closer, if you would, Gabe, with the mouse, you'll note that we keep it mostly dry and clear into tonight as well. But that is for precipitation. The cloud cover is bringing in statewide here is largely thick enough to probably linger into and through the evening and into tonight. You can see looking toward the early morning hours of early tomorrow morning there, showing up with 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, just some fairly thick fog cover out there. That's the only reason we're not colder for tomorrow morning. We're coming to 28 for your low temperature on your Tuesday, and not much of a wind chill, but that breeze picks up a little bit with wind chill still at noontime, probably likely in the lower 40s. We're 53 by 3 p.m. And again, trying to clear things out a little bit more in the afternoon, but we'll have still a lot of cloud cover around, but it's just kind of acting like it's going to produce precipitation. We're really not expecting it to produce much in that regard. Of course, that is one of the things our meteorologist, Kate Maynard, will be looking at more detail coming up here in 60 seconds from Booneville. I'll be giving you a little more parade coverage, again, provided by MLM here in a moment. And maybe we've kind of alluded to this already, our bands. Sometimes our favorite part is to see the band here getting ready as well. Give me a bump. Look at those. All ready to go here. Well, we'll get a big picture. You're live instead, but we'll get an actual picture coming up here. 60 seconds. Gabe's got your full forecast as Mississippi Live Weather at 6 continues here in just a couple of moments.
As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
By the time you see the symptoms of lung cancer, it could be too late. Now there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early. If you smoked, get scanned.
This portion of Mississippi Live Weather is presented by Little's Jewelers.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynard.
A calm and cold night working our way across North Mississippi for all of our parades kicking off either at 6 o'clock, 6:30, or even 7 o'clock. And 7 o'clock when Smithville actually kicks off their parade. 39 degrees right now, so within the next hour, being that it is nighttime, it is going to drop those temperatures off just a bit more. So anyone in Monroe County heading there to the northern side of the county may need to layer up. Actually, not just may need to, will need to layer up if you're going to enjoy some of those great floats, those great lights, great sounds. We were talking about band earlier. I love getting to hear the bands playing those festive Christmas tunes. It's just a great time up there, and I know it will be there in Smithville. They're in the Seminole capital of the world. Starkville, as you can see right there, beautiful night across the Golden Triangle and Stark Vegas area. Folks lining up there for their Christmas parade. That is going to be kicking off at 6 o'clock tonight. So right at the top of the hour, probably they're working their way through right now. So that's why campus is probably so dead. Folks working their way north to enjoy that parade. Our reporting station is down, but I can tell you, whether it's down or up, we know it is a cold night across North Mississippi. And getting a look there in Tupelo, looking up there towards the northeast, 39 degrees. And again, a big thank you to Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling providing this look up there towards the northern Lee County, Apprentice County area. That's where Matt is, at a little dot way off there in the distance, along with the rest of Booneville, bringing in their Christmas parade. But let's go ahead and get away from the sky cams and get back on radar and showcase those dry conditions that we are experiencing. As you take a look across Prentice County, not a drop of rain in sight, whether that's Jumpertown, Frankstown, or even Hills Chapel. We're going to be good to go, and even in downtown Booneville. Fun time out there. I know that he's having a good time as well. As you take a look there in Smithville, this is going to be clear air mode returns, not exactly any rainfall, so we're staying dry once again in Monroe County. And if we keep moving that down towards the south, you can see West Point dry. Their parade kicking off at 6 o'clock, as actually 6:30, I believe, there in Clay County. So folks still have some time to get out there, but it is a cold one for sure. And as we keep going further towards the south, you can see Starkville dry as can be, and that continues to be the case for all of us here in North Mississippi. No rainfall, and we are enjoying that. Perfect conditions for those parades. Just maybe a bit on the colder side. So layer up as we bring it back on that widespread picture of our entire viewing area. Dry across North Mississippi, but cold as we highlight in just a few of those temperatures. Lots of blue showing up, and that blue indicative of upper 30s and low 40s with 40 degrees Smithville, 41 West Point, 42 Starkville, and 38 there towards Booneville. As we extend out towards the west, I know it's not exactly the hot spot tonight. We haven't talked about parades out there. We're primarily sticking along Highway 45 for those parades, but folks out there, for any plans you have for your Monday evening, 37 degrees there, Clarksdale, Hernando, and Oxford. So folks out there need to still layer up, honestly layer up a little bit more than what folks out east are experiencing because it's already so much colder. Parade planner this evening, cold for sure, 39 degrees, 6 p.m., 38 by 7. And we're in the mid-30s by 8 p.m. Still with that cloud cover remaining in place, but we do expect a little bit of that cloud cover to work its way out heading into the start of our Tuesday morning. As you take a look at this futurecast, cloudy skies remain in place into those parade time frames, and as we work our way into those late overnight hours, staying dry once again. Those gloomy skies still stick around, but we do see some breaks happening as we push overnight and into those early a.m. hours, so not exactly a clear picture night where you're going to see several stars in the area. No, it's still going to be those mostly cloudy conditions. So into your Tuesday morning, we stay dry, continuing to enjoy those dry conditions, but we are going to see that cloud cover linger into that 6 o'clock hour as well. Makes you wonder, if there were clear skies, how cold would we be talking about? Because temperatures tomorrow morning already going to be in the mid to upper 20s across North Mississippi with 29 in Grenada, 27 Holly Springs, 27 in Booneville, where we are at tonight, 29 Golden Triangle, and 31 around Belzona. As we look at wind chill values, not exactly bumping that down any because it's such a calm forecast and that wind pattern not exactly going to be overbearing, so we're not dropping those temperatures any. Still going to be feeling right around that same margin. So drop off 28 degrees, cold in its own right, wind or no wind, so make sure to layer up as you head out to the school bus stop or to as you drop your kids off at school. 44 degrees by lunch, 52 by that final bell. At least things do trend in the right direction, and sunshine returning there by the afternoon as well. More breaks in that cloud cover expected. So as we get into our Tuesday morning forecast, staying dry like we mentioned a moment ago, but as we get more into that mid-morning time frame, a lot of those breaks in that cloud cover actually happening out towards Arkansas. So it will need to translate a little bit more towards the east before we get to enjoy that clearing over the top of North Mississippi. So high pressure keeps our forecast dry, but as that dries further out there towards the east, we'll bring in a little bit more of those clearer conditions towards Arkansas and Louisiana. We'll take a bit before it works its way into North Mississippi, but we do have that break already happening there by 1:30 on your Tuesday. And by the time we get into our mid to late afternoon Tuesday, that's where we'll really see that sunshine return, and it is going to be a phenomenal forecast. So any of those parades happening tomorrow evening, and I got to look back at the list. I believe Fulton and Amory are the two that we have on our list right now. It's going to be good to go. So folks in Itawamba County, folks in Monroe County, going to be a good one that you guys get to enjoy come 6 p.m. on your Tuesday evening. So as we take a look at high temperatures Tuesday, cold for sure, but as we saw today, it could be worse. 52 in New Albany, 51 Oxford, and 53 Water Valley. Further towards the south, 56 Belzona, same thing Kosciuszko, and 55 Louisville, Starkville, and Macon. So it is going to feel a little bit better than it did today, especially if that sunshine returns a bit more. Really gives us that warmer feeling air, and the positive vibes when the sun is in the forecast is just something that you don't talk about enough. Like, it makes you feel so much better. So let's take Futurecast through our Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. And as you can see, clear conditions do remain in the area even into the start of our Wednesday. So getting out early Wednesday morning may be worthwhile to enjoy a beautiful sunrise. Expect to see those pictures here on Mississippi Live Weather, but what we have moving through the area is this cold front extending across North Mississippi before clearing out by Wednesday around lunchtime. Now that front, not exactly bringing any rainfall, and it's not even going to bring much in the form of cloud cover. Does bring some breezy conditions out of the west, but what this will primarily do is drop temperatures heading into the latter part of our work week. One of the things we talked about at 5 o'clock, but we will not feel that by Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday afternoon still going to warm up nicely with those clear skies overhead, giving us plenty of sunshine, warming up that atmosphere and making it feel even better than Tuesday, and Tuesday feels even better than today. So we are trending in the right direction, and a forecast that we are definitely excited about getting outside for. So if you've wanted to do that, then these are the days that you need to take advantage of, Tuesday and Wednesday. Even into your Thursday, we stay drier, but temperatures do dial back just a bit. Take a look at high temperatures on Wednesday, sitting above average. How long has it been since we've said that? 59 degrees in Tupelo, 62 Columbus and Caledonia, 62 around Macon, and 62 towards Greenwood, northwest part of our area, 59 Tunica, 57 South Haven, Holly Springs, and Senatobia. So very excited about that forecast. But like I said, things do dial back, especially heading into the weekend. You see 48 degrees Saturday, 47 degrees by Sunday. Now let's talk about this weekend forecast. Yesterday night, I was with you guys. We were talking about the potential for low 20s, even a few upper teens along the Tennessee state line. Well, what has shifted in that forecast? Moisture, rainfall, cloud cover, back into the forecast, whereas yesterday we were forecasting a mostly clear sky. So that shows moisture is returning, and we expect those rain chances to climb really by Saturday and even extending a few isolated chances by Sunday. But with those scattered rain chances, cold temperatures, not going to be as cold as what we originally expected. So you're going to see a lot of posts out there saying extremely dangerous cold moving in. That was the case this weekend, so make sure to look at the time frame of those posts. But we do expect with that moisture in the forecast that it's not going to be a extreme cold scenario. Is it going to be cold? For sure. I mean, look at lows on Saturday and Sunday. 29 degrees Saturday morning, 28 degrees by Sunday morning. Wouldn't be surprised if that even climbed a few degrees higher as we get into the next several days, and those rain chances, our confidence climbs a bit. But with both long track models forecasting at least a few scattered showers, not exactly expecting extreme cold that we haven't already experienced. But if this dries up, if that moisture clears out, then we could be looking at a much colder pattern than what is forecasted right now. So we're paying attention to this weekend. Definitely the big story this week, but we'll keep eyes behind the scenes and let you guys know the very latest, similar to how we're doing right now. But the next 5 days staying dry, Tuesday all the way through Friday. So enjoy that forecast, get outside and enjoy those sunny skies as well. We'll be back here in the next 60 to, of course, talk the latest on parades as Matt is live in Booneville at their parade kicking off, honestly, right now and extending through the hour. So we're going to touch base with him here in just a moment here on Mississippi Live Weather at 6 in the next 60.
I'm your retirement fear, but don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. This is pretirement.org.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
Hate is loud, but love is the majority.
It's Friday night y estamos activos. Head out early. Drinks flowing to 11.
No sé qué pasó. I didn't even drink that much.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Well, bringing it back here to the room-to-room weather center, you can see a cold forecast tonight shaping up for those parades with 39 degrees by 6, 38 by 7, and 36 by 8. So the later those parades go on, the colder those temperatures get. But I see a few folks around the region. Big shout out to Olivia. Her son is in the Booneville Parade where Matt is right now. We'll touch base with him in just a moment. And also Nancy, her grandchildren are in 12-1 tumble and cheer. So shout out to them here for Mississippi Live Weather, but we have a lot of folks there at the Booneville Christmas Parade. Excited to get a live look in, and Matt has the very latest on that forecast as well as how things are coming along for that Booneville Parade.
Yeah, I'm here at the Booneville Parade. We got all the folks ready to go here. Again, the Northeast. I'm going to be with the Northeast Band and Spirit, and they're ready to go. The Booneville Band just got going a second ago. I heard a megaphone, which means I'm about to do my first marching that I've done in a parade in a couple of decades. So hopefully I don't trip over my own 2 feet, which is, typical. Are y'all ready? Are you guys cold enough? And so the whole band back there as well, getting excited, and we'll hopefully be able to kind of showcase them and march with them coming up here in just a couple minutes. Y'all ready? Yeah. Are you ready, sir? So they'll be marching, going here in just a second. Gabe, I know we have obviously some other stuff to look at and weather-wise. We'll come back here in just a minute if you can. What I want you to take a look at again, you talked a little bit about some of the colder air later on this week.
Finals at 9 o'clock in the Union if you want pancakes tonight.
Apparently there's pancakes there in the Union for some of those folks as well. See, the things you learn. I wonder if I get pancakes since I did marching. Do you think they give me some pancakes? Pancakes sound pretty good. Anyway, Gabe, yeah, we'll come back to us here in just a second, but I did want to thank good folks at MLM for sponsoring our parade coverage here of the Booneville Parade this evening, as they've been sponsoring our coverage so far. Again, we are in the parking lot of the Church of Christ, waiting on things to really get going. You can see the parade back there behind us. Of course, being a part of the band, we have a position in the parade, so I'm excited to kind of be a part of that. But some fake snow here ongoing. Wave high. And plenty of candy. Hey, hey. So, nice long parade there, as you can see. We'll be showcasing a little bit more of that coming up. But Gabe, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio here for just a moment as we get ready to roll on with folks here at the parade in Booneville.
Well, Matt, I will be eagerly waiting on that thumbs up here in just a moment, but excited to see you back in action. To get the clarinet out while you're at it and just join in on some of those Christmas tunes. That's the good thing about band, is the music doesn't really change during those parades. It's just the same Christmas tunes. So as long as you learned a few Christmas tunes while you were in middle and high school band, then I think that carries over. You might just be able to jump right on in. I do see some folks in chat talking about the cold weather and asking, Pat, I will go ahead and call you out. No, I'm kidding. But Pat was asking about the unusually cold weather earlier and earlier this year. That's what it feels like. Well, I would agree with you on that, but our first freeze of the year was actually not the first time, or not that early compared to seasons past. And we'll look at that coming up at the 10 o'clock hour. I'll put together a graphic that kind of describes each town's each year's first freeze, and we'll go through that in detail, but this is not exactly abnormal. I was talking to my wife earlier on because she's teaching weather right now in Booneville Middle School, and she was telling us a little bit she's teaching about climate change. And the interesting thing with climate change and global warming is that whenever you hear people say, global warming isn't a thing, it's so cold outside. Well, the thing with the atmosphere is that it's always trying to reach equilibrium. So if you remember, back about a month ago, we were well above average for several days in November and even including parts of December. Well, that all has to change. That all has to even itself out, reach equilibrium, like we were saying. So with that extreme heat comes that extreme cold. And that's what we're in right now, is kind of balancing that pattern out. Still, actually, if you factor in both those temperatures, sitting above average over the entire month. But it is something that we get extreme cold to compensate for that extreme warm weather we had earlier on. So that's kind of an explanation. But yeah, I mean, it feels like it for sure. And this is definitely some cold air moving in potentially by this weekend. But one of the models here behind me, this is the American model, or the GFS model, that's being showcased. And I just pulled up temperatures, not rainfall, not anything like that. And we'll go, because you already know the forecast. I told you scattered showers by this weekend. But let's go ahead and drag it out. So Tuesday morning, you can see heading out the door, going to be very cold. These temperatures, I feel like, not even telling the full story. Some of our shorter range models, or high definition models, actually dropping those temperatures into the upper 20s. And that's why we do have that low still in the upper 20s, but extending into that forecast Tuesday afternoon, reaching back into the 50s. Tuesday morning going to be starting off cold, but not as bad. And getting into the afternoon, things look much better, reaching back into the 60s in some spots. But then we get into that extended pattern Thursday morning. And you can see temperatures fall back just a bit due to that cold front swinging through. Temperatures still rising into the mid to upper 50s by the afternoon. Getting into our Friday morning, dropping back into the upper 30s. And then as we get into our Friday afternoon, that's not a bad forecast at all. I would be very happy if that continued to verify over the next several days. Back into the 60s across North Mississippi, but then we get into the weekend. And you can see how Saturday morning, does that look like low 20s to you? I know it doesn't with me. And that's because of that moisture in the area. You can kind of see these scattered yellows all across North Mississippi. And those scattered yellows are in part with that rainfall as well. So with those rain chances working their way through, expect that warmer air to be tied in as a result, and that cloud cover acting as a blanket in our sky. We often talk about, clouds warmer, clear, cooler. Reason why? When you have clouds, think of it like a blanket. When you put a blanket on, what is it doing? It's trapping the heat that your body is emitting. Same thing with the atmosphere. The atmosphere is just a big body, and you put that blanket over it with some cloud cover, traps that heat and keeps the atmosphere a little bit warmer. So whenever you add moisture to the equation, these temperatures don't look nearly as dangerous when we're talking about dangerous cold. So that's why, you will not see post weeks on out, because this forecast is one that is very susceptible to change, and it already has done so even just 24 hours from where that first forecast came out. As we keep it going into our Saturday afternoon, things warm up once again, and then Sunday morning, let's take a look at that. Potentially along the state line, we're getting into the upper 20s, but I'm not oversold on that either. And the reason why is because moisture will still be lingering in this forecast. That's why lows are still in the low to mid 40s there in the southern half of our viewing area. But where we could see some clearing is along the Tennessee state line. But you notice it's not extreme cold. It's temperatures that we'll see tomorrow morning, which is cold, but we're not talking low 20s, upper teens. So that's why I'm not sold on these temperatures. It will be a cold forecast, but we're not talking about those extreme cold conditions, at least not as of right now. And we hope that continues to verify, and we'll keep eyes behind the scenes. But this is definitely one that has our eyes moving into this week. And I see that Matt is giving me the thumbs up. He is ready to go. I see that he is marching in full force, just like back in the day. Matt, go ahead and get that clarinet out to tie with those cold temperatures, and you'll be just like the good old days, right?
The clarinet is still up in the attic, believe it or not. Now, I don't know that the pads are worth anything on it, but yeah, I'm excited to actually kind of be hopefully not messing up their marching too much here. I'll try to get at a better angle here. So yeah, the Northeast Marching Band all getting ready. They're excited to play. So you can hear the cadence in the background. I might try to be quiet here for a minute. How about that? As we kind of showcase them. So as you can see, they're getting ready right now and just starting to get moving here as we're coming out from the church. So yeah, a lot of folks here ready and excited for the parade. Give me a high five. But anyway, again, it's a nice brisk night here in the Booneville area for the parade. Hey! And so I actually gonna hurry up to the front here in a second. Uh-oh, they're about to play. Let's listen to that instead. I'm going to get out and not mess them up too badly. Northeast Mississippi Marching Band. Y'all doing all right? Hey, y'all. Merry Christmas. Okay. I'm back. Hey, give me a high five. Y'all doing all right? Good. See y'all later. Merry Christmas. Okay, Gabe, so I'm going to try to run back up here in front. Hey, Merry Christmas to you, too. So, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Hey, Merry Christmas. Okay, I'm gonna catch back up to my float up here. Hop aside, thank you. Ugh. Hey, Merry Christmas. Okay, Gabe, I think we'll send it back to you here. What'd you say? Appreciate that. Hey, Merry Christmas. So, anyway, we're here at the Booneville Christmas Parade. Northeast band behind me. And Gabe, as I send it back to you, we'll leave it with that for just a minute. Again, thankful to all the good folks at MLM Clothiers for sponsoring our Christmas parades here across North Mississippi. So I'll stick you outside. Hopefully get you up high enough to be able to check them out. Hey, y'all. Okay. Okay, Gabe, we'll go and wrap up our shot here from Booneville. Again, if folks around the area have some pictures from your Christmas parade tonight, send those in to us. We'd love to see those and share those during our 10 o'clock broadcast. But live here from Booneville area, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lawpon from Mississippi Live Weather. Gabe? Thank you.
Well, so much fun up there in Booneville. I am very jealous. That looked like so much fun. So I know that it's great sights, great sounds, band sounding fantastic. So shout out the Northeast Tigers getting to do their forecast for all of football season. And now they're sounding great, wrapping up that season with the Christmas parade. So Booneville, one of the many locations that are having Christmas parades this evening. And we expect those cold temperatures to be in place tonight. Actually, West Point kicking off just now. And we do have Smithville coming up at 7 o'clock. So if you're heading to either of those parades, go ahead and send those pictures in. Love to showcase that here on Mississippi Live Weather on your Monday. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. Again, it's been such a fun time, and the fun continues at 10 o'clock tonight. Best way to stay informed on what's happening with that weather and before you head out the door for those Christmas parades is with the Mississippi Live Weather app, free and available on iOS and Android today. Has our broadcast as well. And as I mentioned, that fun continues at 10 o'clock tonight with our 10 o'clock broadcast. We'll also continue our merry and bright Christmas light coverage. So stay tuned. Did your house make it? We'll take a look at that in more detail at 10 o'clock. Until then, have a magnificent Monday, and we will see you back here in a couple of hours.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day is a new opportunity.
That's cool.
Your hand's gotten so Yay!
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love, your mind.